What is good, ladies and gentlemen? One of the first things that I'm going to do when I'm elected Mayor of Windsor is I'm going to visit Mayor Sheffield. Mayor Sheffield over in Detroit. She's a very good mayor. And for what she's doing for Detroit is absolutely astounding. It's amazing to see how good she's doing her job. And when you compare Mayor Sheffield to Mayor Chow, Olivia Chow over in Toronto, oh my God, there is such a huge difference. How in the fuck are these people in Canada so corrupt? The politicians here are full of lies and deception, and this is what they do. This is why I tell people, when you have real over fake, it makes the world much better. When you have a true speaker instead of someone who consistently lies, it's much better. It's better to speak the truth. It's better to be real. It's better to be who you are. But like I said, Mayor Sheffield, very, very intelligent, very, very beautiful, and very, very intimate with what she's doing. And when you look at the problems with Detroit, they cleaned up because of Mike Duggan and because of Sheffield. And when you look at Windsor, or you look at Toronto, we are facing significant problems in a lot of our major cities. And does the problems get dealt with? No, they do not. They just get worse and worse and worse. Like I said, Mayor Sheffield, she's fixing Detroit up. And you know what? Sometimes you have to have somebody who really wants to do better, right? Like I said, the first thing I'm going to do when I get elected is go over to Detroit and have a nice long conversation with her. And the conversation is going to be about sovereignty. It's going to be about growth, economy, Windsor and Detroit going back and forth, working together. Because Windsor is facing a lot of problems. And the only way we're going to build this economy up is by making trade deals, using our resources. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with Mayor Sheffield. I'm going to talk to her about resources and trade deals, how to boost our economy. Maybe have jobs working back and forth from Detroit and Windsor. But ladies and gentlemen, when you think about how bad Windsor is, how bad it's become compared to what it used to be, this is why I say we need somebody who's really going to make this city better. We need someone who wants to clean the Rose City up and bring the glory days of this city back. Mayor Sheffield is doing an incredible job, and I'll give her a round of applause. I give her credit for what she's doing. She's very brave, very intelligent, and she's very in a minute. She knows what she's doing. This is why I say we need someone like this. It does not matter where you're at in the world. Strong leadership builds a better economy, builds better cities, builds a better country. You need to have leadership that cares for the residents, for the locals, for the communities. If you don't have that and you have a globalist leader, then you're going to deal with problems that you've never seen before. And this is why I say, no matter if it's Canada, no matter if it's Windsor, we're facing a lot of problems. And I mean a lot. So, Mayor Sheffield, keep doing what you do for Detroit because you got my support. Another thing I'm going to do is Don Cherry is going to come to Windsor when I'm mayor. I'm going to invite Don Cherry here, and I'm going to show him how bad some people are with hatred. Because Don Cherry is a real Canadian patriot who loves America and respects Trump and even said Trump's his guy. And for these people in Canada to act this stubborn over something so petty should just go to show the level of immaturity of these people in this country. They literally think like mindless sheep. And that is the problem with the liberals. They're very soft. They're very weak. If you disagree with them, they'll call you every name in the book. They'll throw slander at you. They'll attack you with violence. That's what they're all about. Windsor needs better. We need a leader who wants to do for the residents and make the city what it once was. And Mayor Sheffield, I'm going to have a nice long conversation with you when I go to Detroit. I'm talking at least an hour to an hour and a half long. Because I've seen what you do for Detroit, and I've seen what Mike Duggan did for Detroit. And a lot of people in Windsor wish we had somebody who wanted to make it better. And that's why I'm fighting for my city to make Windsor great again. And that's exactly what I'm going to do when I win the election October 26th. I will make this city like nobody's seen before. I will upgrade it so much. I will bring success, bring glory, bring the economy up, save jobs at record numbers, and make sure people can have a life they always wanted to have. Because that's what the residents deserve in Windsor. They deserve peace, they deserve hope, they deserve freedom, they deserve a future. And with Dilkins, he cannot do one of those things at all. This is why I tell people, fight for where you come from. Don't let it go. Don't let it get destroyed. Fight with everything you got. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you want to make the difference, you got to be the difference. It's that simple. And just remember one last thing. My name is Tristan Ty Morency, and I'm gonna make Windsor great again.